Verhofstadt turns screws on EU and demands Brussels does more for UK citizens. The arch-Europhile has used his position as the chairman of the European Parliament's Brexit steering group in order to demand citizens' rights are fully respected as Britain leaves the EU. While the influential MEP's focus has been ensuring the 3 million EU citizens who have made the UK their home will retain their rights in the country. But, he has now putting the pressure on the remaining EU 27 in order to make sure the 1.2 million Britons living on the continent receive a similar offer. Having travelled to Britain to hold talks with Brexit Secretary David Davis and Home Secretary Sajid Javid, Mr. Verhofstadt believes the EU 27 have done very little in terms of preparation to accommodate Britons wanting to stay living in the EU. Mr. Verhofstadt said, "The European Parliament will soon launch an extensive process in order to scrutinise the preparations being made by EU countries for British expats, and we continue to believe the unresolved issue of onward movement rights must also be addressed for any deal to be reached. The European Parliament will defend the rights of all those affected by Brexit." Speaking on Tuesday, in Vienna, Mr. Verhofstadt said he was far from happy with the EU 27's work to accommodate UK citizens. However, the Belgians' work defending the rights of EU citizens is not over. He still holds reservations over the UK government's plans to register EU citizens after Brexit. Having previously met with Mr. Javid, Mr. Verhofstadt was concerned about a smartphone application used as part of the registration process wasn't fully available on iPhone and expressed his opinion that registration should be free. Mr. Verhofstadt said, "The European Parliament still has a number of very serious concerns over the UK government's registration process, including the need to better cater for vulnerable groups and the high cost of the settled status process for EU citizens who exercised their legal right and moved to the UK to work before Article 50 was even triggered. Why should EU citizens be financially punished for the Brexit referendum outcome, when we don't even know yet what the future EU-UK mobility agreement will look like? We need to know what the independent authority tasked with protecting the rights of EU 27 citizens in the UK will look like and what powers it will have. The UK has agreed to set up a powerful new body to oversee the rights of EU citizens, though we are yet to see any definitive proposals." Also on his trip to the UK, Mr. Verhofstadt was questioned by the House of Commons Brexit and Home Affairs. He exchanged his Brexit views with the likes of Jacob Rees-Mogg, Sammy Wilson and Hilary Benn. Mr. Verhofstadt enjoyed a tussle with Conservative MP Mr. Rees-Mogg over the Irish border. The Brexiteer MP asked Mr. Verhofstadt would the EU put up a hard border on the island of Ireland in a no-deal scenario. The Belgian MEP replied, "In the case of a no-deal, then automatically there will be a border, no?" He added in no way did Brussels want Brexit negotiations to end without a deal.